What's up, it's your boy Phone Another Reaction. Today's video we have why Lucky never gave a fuck by 90%. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. I think Lucky should headline Rolling Loud. Lucky could headline Rolling Loud now. Lucky should be a headliner. Ain't gonna lie. If I was running Rolling Loud, I'd make Lucky a headliner one year. I think people know enough Lucky songs now, bro. Lucky got a song with Future, like Lucky mainstream.
Like, I'm the king of the underground for sure, but the underdog, I
Like
was.
he may not sell like album sales, his albums may not sell well, but he's a mainstream artist. Like Future features, and he been around in the game for so long. He cool with a baby and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, I really was the underdog for sure. For sure. Look got it voice.
For as long as he's been popular, Lucky has been known as the underground king
Damn, nigga, you British? I ain't expect no British nigga talking about Lucky.
of rap music. He's gotten popular over the years, but has never reached mainstream success like other rappers. On the surface, he seems like a pretty average rapper. He raps about money, women, and drugs. His music is pretty
Shit, don't say no average rapper. Nigga, you ain't listen to that old Lucky that had substance.
simple, and has definitely gotten less serious over time. Although he's deeply connected in the industry and even has songs with big names such as Future, Lil Yachty, he has been underappreciated for a long time. His influence runs deep in the underground scene, and he was so different as a rapper that some say he may have even invented his own genre. Airmilk.com, a well-known music reviewing website, calls Lucky a potential archetype for trap rap of a new era. Mind you, this was all the way back in 2013 when Lucky was fresh off his first album. WXJM, a hip-hop radio station based out of Virginia, stated,
Man, your voice frying me, proper ass voice. Lucky has been underappreciated for a very long time.
Lucky's impact on modern rap is undeniable. He's consistently pushed the boundaries of the genre and infused his music with a distinctive blend of vulnerability and street wisdom. Now that Lucky's impact has been introduced, let's take a look back at how this all started.
Growing up on the west side, like, I don't know, like, I'm just, what was it? It was whatever my dad wanted me to see type shit.
Okay. Did you grow up with your mom and your dad, or your dad was just a...
Two cribs.
Okay.
My mom lived one
back and
place, my
forth.
dad lived one place, yeah.
Okay.
A common theme that appears when Lucky discusses his childhood is how he always had two different perspectives growing up. Growing up in Chicago, Lucky's dad lived in the suburbs and his mom lived in the hood, in the west side of the city. As a child, Lucky was influenced heavily by music. Lil Wayne was an important influence and artist in Lucky's childhood. Lucky always said Lil Wayne was his favorite rapper,
But I'm black niggas love Lil Wayne.
and his impact is prominent in Lucky's career.
I was like one of those kids that only listened to Lil Wayne until I got to high school. Like, I was only listening to Lil Wayne, like faithfully, like, that's all.
Lucky stuck out as a kid. He was a big-headed kid who spent most of his days on the streets with his friends. He was easily influenced by the people around him, and he started doing drugs at just 17 years old due to bad influences around him. Soon after he started doing drugs, Lucky dropped out of high school at 17 years old to pursue rapping. He would constantly talk about how he thought school was a waste of time and how much he disliked it, even saying
Yeah.
in a tweet that
I ain't promoting that. I ain't saying drop out of school to chase your dreams, but you got one life, nigga. This your life. Chase your dreams, y'all.
nobody can make me like school. That shit is just pointless after a while.
Damn. Man, look your old tweets funny as hell, especially the ones, but the nigga still be bringing up them old tweets where he was talking about Mexicans. Nobody can make me like school. That shit is just pointless after a while. Why are filling my brain up with useless lessons? You low-key kind of spitting facts.
Why are you feeling
Yeah, like every Chicago nigga had Twitter in 2012. Every Chicago nigga was going crazy on Twitter. Dissing ops. Like
up my brain with useless lessons. During this time period, Lucki would also get kicked out of the house by his mom. Although Lucki was always active on Twitter, in the following months, something would spark even more crazy out-of-pocket tweets from him. Despite these crazy tweets and a somewhat hectic childhood, Lucki still had dreams of making music. In early 2013, Lucki dropped his first single called Untouchable Lucki. Lucki got a little bit of clout and even got noticed by the famous music blog Elevator, which at the time was still relatively unknown. He was able to get noticed because he had some friends working for them at the time. Lucki would continue dropping singles like Count on Me and Everything Outside. These songs were slow and a little depressing, and you could tell Lucki was off shit when he
So when Lucky dropped out of school, the nigga had no job. Where did he live at? That nigga like crashed at one of his friend's house and was just going crazy with the rap. Like,
made them. After dropping a few singles later in 2013, Lucki would drop Alternative Trap. He would express his emotions, writing
none of y'all was there when Alternative Trap came out. Y'all niggas found out about that album from TikTok. So all you niggas that be talking about some, y'all niggas I found out about Lucky from TikTok too. So all you niggas that act like y'all been listening to Lucky since 2018, stop again. No, you wasn't.
relatable yet painful and
I don't have no problem with an artist blowing up on TikTok, but that's one thing I hate. Niggas acting like they been fans of artists. It's okay to say you found out about a nigga from TikTok. That's okay, bro.
depressing lyrics over cloudy beats. He sounded like a more developed and more talented SoundCloud rapper. Although he was considered a pioneer to SoundCloud rap, he didn't like the title. He thought it painted him as an artist that was not talented.
It'd be a standard, bro. None of that SoundCloud shit none of that shit would be acceptable type shit. Cause
Again, I seen a nigga say he been listening to Xavier So Bass since 2019. Like, bro, stop it. No, you wasn't, man.
I'm young, so like people think young people can't rap no more. That's what people settling for it.
Alternative Trap wasn't a typical debut album. After its release, Lucki got shouted out by Justin Timberlake, Pharrell Williams, and Danny Brown. He didn't care though, because
What? What the hell?
he got shouted out by Justin Timberlake. It
What
wasn't
the
a
fuck?
typical debut album. After its release, Lucki got shouted out by Justin Timberlake, Pharrell
Damn, that's crazy. What the fuck? Retweet. Yeah, they retweeted it. Retweet. Keep going crazy. Keep spreading.
Williams, and
Well, look at what the hell how you do these niggas? What the hell you was doing in the industry behind the scenes? You got your booty took?
Danny Brown. He didn't care though, because it wasn't Lil Wayne. Lucki was
Damn.
still starting to get a little full of himself, just because he had a good amount of clout from one album. Because of this early success, he continued doing drugs and already felt comfortable with where he was in his career.
I don't know if them niggas still listen to Lucky Not for real and shit.
Like, bro, so like, when I got older, bro, I was just doing drugs. I was comfortable, bro. I never really had no work ethic. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how it was.
Early on, Lucki showed a lot of potential. He moved different. He was always off Xan, so he didn't give a fuck about what anybody thought. He always rapped and said stuff with no filter. He wanted to make his own sound and didn't want to be categorized with other Chicago rappers.
Yeah, stay away from drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Like, y'all be hearing the way niggas be talking about drugs always frying me. Yeah, I just always stayed away. I was alone. Like niggas be talking mad slow. Like
He thought the drill scene was outdated and didn't like how other people were still trying to hop on that old wave.
Like a lot of dudes be like, still trying to do the drill thing. It's like you gotta just let that RIP.
The following year, in 2014, Lucki would ramp up his drug use.
I used to really pop like 6 bars, you know what I'm saying? Every day type shit. 6 to
dangerous,
you know what I'm
homie.
saying? Yeah. You don't know what I mean? I used to really do like 8 bars, like at least 8 bars a day. Like,
At least?
Yeah, and I used to my tolerance was so high. If I was off like 6 bars, 3 bars, I'd be like, that's why I was popping so many, because I'd be like, I'm not even hot.
Lucki's album named Body High would perfectly describe his condition at the time. On Body High, Lucki constantly rapped about his use of Xanax, even having a song named Xan Cage, on which he rapped about how his Xan addiction had him feeling like he was in a cage, and that he felt trapped in his own addiction. Body High had similarities to Alternative Trap. but also lots of differences. Lucki was a little bit more mature. He had more ambience and more confidence. He started to become more of a storyteller.
Look, teases kind of look like Lucky. Cause I'm looking at Lucky face and I'm like, bro, he kind of look like somebody. That's who I'm thinking of. Tease. They kind of look like Teases and Lucky.
He took lots of inspiration from his good friend Chance the Rapper, who grew up with him in Chicago. Later on, after the release, Lucki got shouted out by one of his favorite rappers and most important influences, Chief Keef.
Man, Chief Keef is one of the biggest inspirations of my career. When he made that tweet and on the Instagram post that I was like, newest Glow Game member, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Lucki started to gain momentum and clout in the rap game. In 2015, Lucki dropped X and Free Wave. X was more of a slow, moody album, while Free Wave showed some flashes of a new sound from Lucki. It had more upbeat and hype.
But them albums is amazing. There ain't nothing wrong with going back and listening to them albums. But like I said, stop acting like you was there. You wasn't listening to no Lucky in 2015, 2013. Like
music. On Free Wave, Lucki had a song with Cardi called Saucin'. Lucki and Cardi were very close at the time of the song's release, and they even lived together for some time. Cardi taught him a few things, like how to rap over trap beats and how to stick out from other artists. Lucki's friendship with Cardi would also land him a connection with A$AP Rocky. Lucki met with Rocky in 2015. At this time, Rocky was one of the biggest influences in rap. He was fresh off releasing At Long Last A$AP, and was still enjoying the fame of his previous works. Despite his status and popularity, he knew who Lucki was, even though he was still underground.
That shit was crazy. The Rocky, that shit was crazy. Cause I was like, and then I had to adjust because I was really like around that nigga. I was at his crib because the crib we rented for South by. And he it was like, feel me, like it was crazy. He tell me, I'm like, what you call it? He like, oh, you Lucky? I know who you is, nigga. Rocky ass, like that's that nigga, you know? That's that nigga.
A pattern starts to appear at this point in time. Although Lucki is relatively unknown and still underground at the time, he is still well known and liked among big artists. People loved his music because it was so different at the time. He was so deeply connected in the rap game and was also respected for his talent and work as a rapper himself. In 2016, Lucki's drug addiction would continue. His lyrics would contain even more references to substance abuse than before.
a good thing, man, nigga. I'm surprised nigga ain't OD. Taking fucking 8 Xans a day. Like you lucky as hell, boy.
His album Free Wave 2 and EP Son of Sam. On almost every song, Lucki references his excessive use of drugs, whether it's Molly, Lean, or Xanax. Lucki's carelessness would only increase as he faced more success and upped his drug consumption. This deadly combination of success and drugs would soon lead to a low point in his career.
This what I'm thinking. Oh, I go to the hospital, they're gonna be able to make me unhigh because I know I got another 8 hours left of this shit. You feel me? I know I hated it the first time, so I know I'm gonna hate it even more this time. I swear. So I go to the hospital. They ain't got nothing for me, folks, for real. But they know what's going on. They really laughing at my stupid ass.
Lucki's excessive addiction to drugs and overconfidence in his ability would almost ruin his career. Lucki became depressed and started to rethink his life and career. He took a break from music in late 2016 to process his emotions and figure out what he wanted to do in life. After an 8-month break, Lucki would come back working on a new album, Watch My Back. Through this project, Lucki showed a less cocky, very honest and transparent version of himself. The project was a depressing mood, and over these depressing and cloudy beats, Lucki raps about his struggles with depression, loneliness, and drug addiction. Lucki's 8-month break would prove to be a good decision not just for his health, but also for his music, as songs like Sunset and Don't You Love Me would become some of his most popular songs of his career. After dropping Watch My Back, Lucki would continue dropping singles and drop the EP days before too.
Yeah, only them niggas that's in that crowd was listening to Lucky back then. I won't know if them niggas got footage of that shit still.
But wouldn't drop an album until late 2019. Free Wave 3 is one of Lucki's most musically sound yet relatable and real pieces. Lucki recorded the first half of the album in New York, where he was staying at the time, but had to come back to Chicago to record the rest.
I was living in New York. I just felt like I was just alone. That's all I could rap about. That's all I could think about. I wrote the first album from New York. The first half, I was like manifesting what was happening, because that's how I made music, like relating to people. Thank you. I made the second half, and I just had to go home. So I wrote the second half from home.
During this time, Lucki was going through a breakup, which caused him to hop back on drugs, causing even more issues and making him feel alone. The first half of the album is the peak of the
Alexis.
relationship, where Lucki is completely in love, and the second half of the album is more depressing as Lucki is heartbroken, questioning if he ever had love for this girl. Despite Lucki's depression, he would see a positive impact as he gained more clout and success after the release. Free Wave was everything that Lucki hoped it to be. In his eyes, it was a perfect project. To us, it was a perfectly told story of heartbreak. Days Before 3 is an album with lots of good songs and catchy beats. However, the only thing Days Before 3 is missing is a story. Although we do see themes of heartbreak and sadness, this album would be the start of a new Lucki. He would stop making music that people could relate to. He started making more music about his success rather than his struggles. Although fans preferred his sad music, he didn't want to make sad music anymore, and he wanted to change his image and embrace his success.
People want me to be sad. They think me being sad equals good music. That's retarded.
The following years, Lucki would drop albums like Almost There, Flawless,
Yeah, the nigga doing better in life, y'all. Like a lot of people don't like this new Lucki. He rapping about money and like he on some future shit. Like people don't like that. Nah, bro.
Like Me, Sex, Money, Drugs, and Gemini. But all of these albums would explore a different type of music from Lucki, a more modern genre of rap. Although Lucki has been more successful commercially the past few years, his production in music has definitely declined. He has yet to drop his new album, Drugs Are Bad, and has only dropped a few
We need that Lucki
singles since his last album, Gemini. Although he is now more popular than ever, his music and sound have drastically changed since his beginnings. Considering his success and what his old music once was.
Yeah, is this an AI voice? Yeah, why you keep saying success? Yeah, why you say it like that? Success. It's success. Like, oh.
Since his beginnings. Considering his success and what his old
success. Yay, where you from, gang?
Music once was.
Success.
Should he really value commercial success over a deep connection to music and his fans?
Bitch, like comes to shop, bro, do this. Let's see, you got some good videos. I like this video, dude. Success. Yeah, 98 subscribers. Tarantino might just be insane. Might just be insane. Don't watch it. Okay. Travis Scott is fucking insane. Shit, I might have to invest in you. We gonna watch this too. One about Travis Scott. Let's see what you look like, Fi. It's success. I got my Instagram on her. Oh, only 5 followers. Where that boy, your token was frying me. Success. Mission comes to try and do this.